Alright guys, we are back at a pond. I've only fished this pond once. I caught maybe a couple small bass if I remember. It was a couple years ago. So we are back out here and I want to try out my swim baits and my craws and stuff. And looks like the water is pretty muddy, pretty stained, so we might throw a crankbait as well. But it kind of splits over around the bend there, goes into another little section. Not sure what is all in here. I know there is a sign that says the type of fish that are in here, but who knows if they're really all in here or not. But that's it right there. We're gonna see what lives in the pond. Let's get the fishing. All right guys, so far nothing on the swim bait. Been throwing the crawl for about 5 minutes now, just along these rocks here. I think I might have my first pickup, but not positive. Just throwing one of the PB&J craws that I injected a few weeks ago. See tons of bluegill in here, and I have a little bluegill swim bait tied on too, so just nothing's picked it up yet. Again, I'm not really sure what size fish are in here, so it could be a little big for them. It's only 4 inches, but kind of see as we go. I think that was a bite right there. Like just casting off the bank a little bit, it doesn't feel like there's too much hard bottom, so I think I want to stay, maybe 10 feet off the bank here. That's where I feel the most rocks. After this cast, we're gonna go ahead and scoot down. I made enough casts right here to see if anything's. I think I did have one bite. Could have been just a bluegill picking it up. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just scoot on down here a little bit. Pick you guys off the ground. You guys can see just working these rocks right here. So go down to our next little area here, see what we can do. We got this area over here too, but doesn't look like a whole lot. Looks real muddy. So rain's starting to come down a bit now. Still making my way down these rocks. There's one. Oh, he got off. No, that was actually a good fish. Oh, on the craw. No, that was a good one. Dang. Dang, that was a decent fish. Looked to be like a 2-pounder. Crud. Very light bite. Very light. Dang. Alright guys, so I just worked my way around this whole section of the pond here from that bridge on over. Not really seeing too much structure. I casted over some of these limbs and some branches I've seen. And then the rest of the way it kind of just looked like dirt, just real muddy. Nothing that a bass should really be holding to. Then we came up upon some next rock here, just a little stretch. So we're gonna go ahead and give this little stretch a try here and see if we can't land something decent here. See if we get another bite. So I've had, I think, 2 bites and 1 fish on actually. I was surprised by the fish I had on. It seemed to be like a good 2-pounder. I was really surprised. Worked away all around the pond pretty much. I got my last stretch of bank right here. And so far just those 2 bites up in that corner. Nothing else, nothing on the other side. So I think it might be time to switch up baits. I may speed around with a crankbait and grab a jerkbait as well and throw that out towards the middle in the fountain. I threw the swim bait out there in this craw, but didn't get no bites. And again, I don't know how many bass or fish are in here. Might not be very many at all. We got a fish on, guys. I switched up to the crankbait here. And we finally hooked one. I got a stick as well. Not a bad one, I don't think. Oh yeah, good bass. Nice bass. There we go, guys. Look at that largemouth, guys. There's a nice fish. I know I got this grass in the way. I don't have a good camera angle, but there's a nice one. Just switched up to the crankbait, and I think second cast we got this nice, man, it's a fat fish. I'm gonna say probably a good 2-pounder. So go ahead and get down these rocks here and we'll let her go. Thanks so much. Just a nice bomber fire tiger crankbait. And this is probably what I should have started with right here. You guys can see that. I probably should have started with that, knowing how dirty the water is, and just to have, you know, a moving bait to start the day. But I wanted to try out my custom swim baits and craws, and had a nice one down this way, just a few yards on the craw, and he got off. So maybe he'll bite again on a crankbait, we'll see. But fish number 1. I'm just gonna make a chuck at this fountain out here and just reel it in just to see. You never know. But pretty much I just want to be cranking on these rocks. There's not a ton of them, but there's a few good bank spots that has the rock coverage. Crank a little bit more of this rock here. I haven't got nothing else to bite on the crank. Just that one fish. Almost too much junk in here to be fishing this crank too. There's just dead stuff everywhere. This is a shallow diver too. Almost need like a subsurface, 0 to 1 foot. Keep my rod tip high, trying to stay out of this stuff. Alright guys, no more bites on the crankbait. Just threw a jerkbait out there and nothing on the jerkbait as well. Worked both baits probably for about 20 minutes. So now I'm going to switch up probably to a shaky head or Ned rig style worm, and that's what we're going to end it with. Definitely a tough pond. I'm not sure how many bass are in here. Maybe there's not a lot, and I did good because I had 2 bites and I landed one of them. So I think the last time I came out here I caught a couple as well, so I know there's a few out here, and I think that was probably one of the biggest ones. Again, I haven't fished this for about probably 2 years, or going close to 2 years. This is my first time back in a while, so happy to get on some fish. So let's go ahead and switch up to a worm, and we'll work that for about 30 more minutes, and then we'll call it a day. We probably fished this pond for about 2 hours, so not too bad. All right, there's one section of the pond that I haven't even touched yet, just because it just looks like a straight mud bank, but I want to loop all the way around and go over toward that other side where those trees are and see if there's any good wood or limbs I could be fishing. But this is just all dead leaves and dirt. I mean, there's lots of fish swimming around, but they're weird. Like, I think a lot of people threw goldfish in here. I think there's a lot of weird goldfish and stuff. Yeah, this is all just straight mud. I don't even see any kind of rocks besides these big rocks on the side here. And this doesn't look very good at all. But yeah, I want to kind of fish under these trees. I really can't cast it from over there very good. But I want to kind of cast under these trees here and along into the back of this channel. Again, it just very muddy, so definitely want to pick parts where I think a bass may be sitting under or sitting next to. Not a thing back in here. Kind of figured it'd be poop. All right. Back to my rocks. Well guys, look at this. Didn't get it on camera, but we got ourselves another one on the worm. Man, I was starting to think too. I was like, is there any other fish in here? But we got him on the shaky head. Not a big guy, pound fish. Right in the corner of the mouth. Good. There we go. Didn't get the hook set on camera because I've been working this whole pond and I've been looping all the way around. Finally made it to this willow here. It's kind of falling in the water just right in front of that tree. Picked up a nice little bass. Nice, healthy too. I mean, good looking fish. He's got a little bit of a drop. All right, see you later, buddy. Trying to get one more fish for you guys, but man, tough. Tough. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Let me know if you guys would like to see me come back to this pond and see if I can break it down a little more. The best thing I found is, there's a little bit of rock along the banks in a few different sections. I see 1, 2, 4 different sections, which definitely had some bass on them because we caught a few and had a few bites. Lots of lumber and trees. I only caught one bass off a tree, which was the willow. I had just casted it underneath it and a little bass picked it up. But I fished all this other down timber and stuff like that, and trees like this in the water. You guys see that branch right there? And didn't get any other bites. Threw a handful of different baits, from crankbaits, worms, craws, swim bait. So we can definitely come back through and try some other baits as well. So if you guys want to see me come back, leave in the comments and leave some suggestions on what I should try in this little pond. Again, there's fountains, rock, and limber or wood. I don't think there's really much else covering here that I know of. So yeah, leave in the comments below. And this is series number 1 of Public Pond, and I'll catch you guys very soon.